You're live. Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary from me. This is the last one I'm probably going to do for the month of January because I got a lot to the rest of this month, what's left of it. It's the 2008 rebooted kind of remake homage to Death Race 2000 that was done back in the 70s. 2008's Death Race, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah, the same guy that did Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, and Event Horizon. This one doesn't star his wife, though. I'm seeing the unrated version because it's longer. And let's get started because this movie's about an hour and 50 minutes. So let's do this. I'm wearing the headphones because there's a lot of copyrighted music here. So let's see what's happening here. Just shut this off. Facebook, I can shut off. I don't want any distractions. 2012, yeah, I remember that year. United States economy collapses. Yeah, unemployment hits a record high. Kind of like last year in 2020. Crime rates spiral out of control. The prison system reaches breaking point. Mm-hmm. Private corporations now run all correctional facilities for profit. Mm-hmm. Terminal Island. Penitentiary streams a series of cage fights live on the internet, kind of like now. Prisoners fight to the death, creating a rating sensation. They are the new gladiators in Terminal, and there's their Coliseum. But like the mob of ancient Rome, the modern audience soon becomes bored. They demand more. Death Race is born. And here's the title. Well, actually, it starts with a. Tell me this action scene doesn't look like it's from The Dark Knight because it looks like the tank that Batman's driving. Yeah, This movie has a good budget for a 2008 film. There's Tyrese in a car again because that's all he does now. He does Transformers, which has cars that turn into robots, or robots that turn into cars, and he did the Fast and the Furious sequels. Not the first one, but some of the sequels. And this has star Jason Statham. Yeah, this is one of his starring vehicles after he did Crank and the Transporter films. Yeah, the Frankenstein mask looks good. This girl looks like the Spanish Gal Gadot, Natalie Martinez. Good actress. I like her. She's not in a lot, but I told my friend Josh, not every actress is going to be mainstream in everything. Karen's a mainstream actress. That's why people know her from Doctor Who and Guardians and the Avengers sequels. Because not every actress is going to be mainstream. Some of them are going to do adult films, independent films, short films. That's just how it is. But anyway, let's talk about the film, shall we? And I like her a lot better than a lot of other Latina actresses. Some of them. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and by the way, this is not a kids' film. There's no one in the chat right now, but there will be soon. I just wanted to start this podcast early, so I don't have to have like a bunch of Q&As. Yeah, this is what would happen if Fast and the Furious had balls and was R-rated, not PG-13 like every single film is. I mean, the first three I can understand, but by the time they got to Fast Five, they could have made that R because it feels like an R-rated movie. The tone, you could have made it R. They just they don't want to polarize their audience. They think R-rated. They think R-rated movies don't make money. Yeah, tell that to Joker, Deadpool, and Logan. Those movies made tons of cash. That's awesome. She used the ejector seat. And that was a real car. It's not CG. It's real. The cars that get exploded. Most of the cars here are real. I didn't see this in the theater, by the way, in 2008 because I didn't know if it was going to be any good. And yep, way to start at Universal. And I think you can stream this on Paramount Plus or It's Universal, so there's a place that you can stream it. Roger Corman, of course, because he produced the original film from 1970 something. Jason Statham. Tyrese Gibson, yeah. I could have done this for Black History Month, but Statham's not black, so I'd rather do it now. Death Race. There's Jason Statham. Ian McShane's in this. He does an American accent for some reason. He kind of sounds like Stallone. I don't know what it is. Like he sounds like Sylvester Stallone if he was in this movie. Jacob Vargas, yeah, I know that guy. Max Ryan. It's just a cast list. I'm gonna talk like this. Yeah, that's his voice. I'd rather watch this than Wrath of Man that Jason Statham did last year. Yeah. I'm not a Guy Ritchie fan. Jason Clarke, no relation, and he's awful. He's a villain in everything. Frederick Kohler, he was in Robert Lasardo. Yeah, that's the guy that was in Short Circuit 2 and a bunch of other stuff. Robin Shao, yeah, the original Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. Joan Allen, yeah, good actress. He's gonna miss this place. I'm shocked that Jason Statham has never done a Harry Potter movie because he has the accent for it. Baby. Yeah, this is just the opening credits. I don't know what's the difference between the R-rated version and the unrated, but I want to kill more time, so I'm used seeing the unrated version. And people are not joining in the chat because some people are in school right now, or and the weekend I'm going to be busy, so I can't do a podcast this weekend. Yeah, again, I shoveled snow for like 2 days and got about $300. And I'm like, yeah, again, you know how the government is. They take everything. That's the reason why the dollar store went from $1.09 to $1.36 at the dollar store. Granted, that's not a lot of money. I find a lot of spare change on the floor, but come on, guys, you're making the middle class folks have to scrape for scrap and save every bit. What's next? Is transportation going to be $4 a ride? No, hell no. I walk. That's free. There's the police, but I'm not going to say much. Police brutality. No, I'm not. I'm not going to go there. At least Paul W.S. Anderson, at least I can understand the films that he makes, even if they're not great. The first Mortal Kombat, I could see the action. Annihilation was horrible. And the 2021 movie, I didn't hate it. A lot of people did, but I could see the action. It wasn't horribly edited like Snake Eyes, where the cameraman is either drunk or he's having a seizure while he's filming. I'm like, yeah, because he can't see it. They're doing like this. They're shaking the camera all the time. Based on the film Death Race 2000, yes, produced by Roger Corman himself, who's still alive, so we still got him. Screenplay done by Paul W.S. Anderson. He wrote it himself. And the movie's short. Unlike a freaking Michael Bay movie or or Zack Snyder, where he thinks a movie needs to be 3 hours to get his point across. Hello, lady. I like her hair. And Statham did the Fast and the Furious sequels. That's the thing. He can do better than that. They make up, I'm a villain. No, I'm an anti-hero. No, I'm a good guy. No, it's just make up your mind, movie. This movie, he's an anti-hero because he does kill in the movie, but he's doing it to, for survival, because it's a death race. It's a fight to the death. It's a race. Heyo. Yeah, it's for richer or poorer, guys. A baby monitor. Procreation. That's what we're here for, guys. Get the message, freaking, uh, pandering groups that are out there. That's why we're here, to make our next generation survive after the pandemic is over. So, well, I'm hungry. Let me eat something. I got some bread there. I'll just eat while I watch the chat. Every little bit helps, right? A masked man breaks into the house. That's why you should always leave your door locked. Oh, he maced him. See, they framed him. Yeah, a frame job. Oh, a Christmas tree. I didn't want to wear a hat. I was just, I don't want to get a headache. He didn't do it, by the way. That's Jason Clark with his smug face. Tats. these guards, they treat the prisoners like freaking like animals. Yeah, the villain is a woman. No, and this is before that feminist touch where everything had to be feminized. It's the reason that the 355 flopped because it's not that those women are bad actors. It's just that it came bad timing, and the feminist card. Some people are just not going to get into that, especially now. It didn't work with Charlie's Angels 2019. It didn't work with freaking Black Christmas. Even Rise of Skywalker failed because of its feminism. The fuck? Is that guy having a breathing problem? Yep. He's got to teach them. Send a message every 1 minute. Yeah, well, it's been 16 minutes and high heels. Now, yeah, Mexican stereotypes. Yeah, has tattoos all over his neck, and the guy has wearing a bandana. Well, at least Paul W. Sanderson is not as racist as David Ayer. Everything about him has to be about race. I'm like, we get it, David Ayer. This world is filled with people of different nationalities. You don't have to shove it in my face. Yeah, he's that fat guy. I've seen him before. That Mexican guy was in. I think he was in. I think he was in. The Hills of Ice too. Yeah, for some reason he sounds like Stallone in this movie, Ian McShane. Because he's a British man. He's also because it's weird. Like he's a British man, and then here he sounds like Sly Stallone, who's not in this film. I will say this: I like this movie more than Suicide Squad. Both of them, because it knows its tone. It's shorter too. Oh, that's disgusting. Men are disgusting sometimes, man. Spitting all the time and yeah, and scratching themselves. I mean, I'm a dude, but I don't do that in public sometimes. I do that in private. I don't know why there's foreigners in this movie. I guess because not Denise Villeneuve, my bad. Paul loves to put a Brit in his movies, even though Mortal Kombat, there's not really a Brit in that movie. Mm-mm, there isn't because Robin Shaw is not, or what you call it, Bridget Wilson or Christopher Lambert. No, most of them are not British. I don't like this actor. He was in a terrible. He was in a terrible Seagal movie in the 2000s that bored me to death, sir. I think that's Max Ryan. Why are they attacking each other? They're the same thing. I do the. Yeah, there's not. There's only a couple of women in this movie. It's more of a dude's movie, like me. But you got Natalie Martinez, who's she's cute. Just stays inside. Because I haven't done a Statham movie yet, so here we go. I still got Cellular and the Transporter film. The first two. I'm not doing 3 and 4 because 3 is horrible and 4 doesn't even have Statham in it. So again, David Ayer stole from this movie. I know the Suicide Squad comics came out before this movie, but still, Death Race 2000 came out before those comics. The Suicide Squad, which this movie's not a cartoon. It's incredibly violent and dark, and it doesn't, have a kind of like in Demolition Man. That movie's tone was all over the place. One minute somebody's getting killed, and then the next Wesley Snipes is acting like a cartoon. It was too much. Mm-hmm. Because Statham drove cars in the Transporter film. Yeah, the cat the thing is pretty empty today. Oh well. Last year when I did Superman 3, nobody was in the chat because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it is what it is. You can watch this on YouTube when it's on later. So mm-hmm. Frankenstein. I'll say something in the chat. Mm-hmm. There, I'm nourished. Now I can drink some water. Yeah, he did in the Expendables. He decapitates a guy with his leg. How awesome was that in the first Expendables movie? Barlini. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Prison Bang. Yeah, it's true. You have to take risks, man. I had to go to the theater during COVID. I couldn't make excuses, guys. That's just who I am. I had to see Spider-Man in the theater. It's an MCU movie. I can't miss those. Into the Spider-Verse is not. Across the Spider-Verse is not. Oh, here's so it says, "Hey, Spidey, you finally made it. We're 25 minutes into the movie, so at least someone's in the chat. It's not 5 people." I like the characters here too. They're some of them are stereotypes and some of them are just kind of like one note, but they're not like unlikable. Like in Natural Born Killers, I don't like the characters. And Ian McShane is old now. I mean, he's like what in his 70s now, so he must have done this when he was like in his 50s, 50s or 60s. I don't know because he's been an actor since like the 70s. I think. Yeah, weird, right? This kid sounds like Michael Cera. It's weird. It's like I'm gonna talk like this. Yeah, it's he saw Superbad and it was like, oh, I'm gonna do that performance like Michael Cera in Superbad or anything he's done except Robin. I liked him as Robin in the Lego Batman movie. That was cute. He was having fun. He was working with another Canadian, Will Arnett, and they had good chemistry. Yeah, I know nothing about cars. I never drove a real car before, and obviously my brother can't either. Half the time he gets into accidents because he doesn't sleep. That's why you should sleep before you drive a vehicle, guys. Remember that. Get a good night's sleep. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Don't do drugs and drive. Don't get distracted. Drive carefully because some people don't know how to do that. Wink, wink. Yeah, he does sound. He sounds a lot like Sylvester Stallone. Have you heard of Sonic Free Riders? Yes, I've heard of it. A cigarette lighter. This looks like the prison yard from Suicide Squad. But again, there's no jokes. Like the jokes are very subtle in this movie compared to Suicide Squad, where they have to like have Margot Robbie laughing like an idiot or Will Smith saying the title of the movie. Yeah, that was just dumb. It's not meta. It's just stupid. gotta talk to her ahead of time. Fast cars, pretty women. Yeah. Apparently, everybody in this movie, that's British has to have a deep voice. Yeah. I guess because, Statham talks like that. This is why he's never been Batman. The race doesn't begin until about almost an hour in. Even though you haven't played the games that I mentioned, what are your thoughts on, since I've brought up the games, Death Race is about racing? Well, I don't play the Sonic racing games. I played the first 3 games, and that's about it. And I think Sonic on the Game Gear. I'm not a big racing fan. I don't like Mario Kart. I know a lot of people love Mario Kart. I'm not into it. I played the original. I like the Mario 64 is fine, but I'm not a racing person. I mostly like, even in adventure games, I'm not the biggest fan about racing. Like in Crash 3, Crash Bandicoot Warped, you have to race. I'm like, I could take it or leave it. Because it has to be time-based, and I don't like that. And I hated the racing in SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie, the game. Too much racing in that game. Yeah. Exactly. That's why you shouldn't be under the influence while driving heavy machinery. What's up, Jay? Says Shades. You're the black people in the movie, yeah. Yikes. Hmm. Yikes. Pass it on. Yeah. I don't know why guys want to do a deep voice like that. If you don't have a deep voice, don't do a deep voice in a movie, guys. I don't need to hear Robert going, I'm Batman, because, yeah, that's racist. Yeah, this is a lot like Suicide Squad when you think about it, except people have deeper voices and there's no stupid jokes in it. And the movie blacked out, yeah. It's a flashback. That was in Joker, yeah. Usually a character in a comic book movie usually has a bad flashback or PTSD. Here it's in a prison movie, yeah. But this movie's entertaining. I got this on Black Friday in 2014. They had it for like $1, for like I think $1.99. I was like, oh, bought. Yeah. 2022 is not as bad as 2020 was or 2021, but it still needs some improvements. Like I'm glad January's almost over because it's too long. Next week it'll be over and we could get to February, Black History Month. Yay! I could do a lot of reviews and I can watch a lot of movies with mainly black leads. Frankenstein, 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 Frankenstein. Yeah, yes, sir. And this is a good-looking movie. I know a lot of people crap on this movie saying it's a by the numbers video game movie. I'm like, no, it's a R-rated hardcore movie. Would you hate hearing Kristen Stewart speak with a British accent? I've heard it already in that Snow White and the Huntsman. She's awful. It's awful. I hope 2022 gets better for me. It wasn't a great start. I know it hasn't snowed a lot. And also, there was nothing in the theater I needed to see. So I'm like, I can wait till February. I hope. No, message retract. Okay. That mask looks pretty cool. This is not high art, guys. This is not a movie winning awards. The last movie with cars that got an Oscar nomination was what? Ford versus Ferrari? Fast Nine's not going to get Oscars. That's not the reason it was made. It was made to entertain the freaking fan base. Here come the women. Tits! They're mostly Latina chicks. And, yep, again, it's a bunch of prison male. Yes, I know, guys. I know. They've never seen a pair of tits before. There's Natalie Martinez. Yum. She's got a nice rack. Yeah, she does look like Gal Gadot. If Gal Gadot was shorter and Hispanic, who she played a Hispanic in Fast and Furious. Ass shot, of course. Look at this guy's way. Yeah. Again, we're heterosexual men. We do that. Gay men don't do that, guys. Sorry. But heterosexual men, yeah, they see a woman, the dopamines kick in, and they're like, hello. Hello, you gorgeous creature. Yeah, it's like if Gal didn't have an accent that was a Latina. She looks just like her, Josh. And no, I'm not going to fight you in that because I know what happened last year. Look at her face. They have on the same face because it's very mixed. Don't touch me, guys. BLM. That's beautiful dark hair, too. I've liked her ever since I saw her in that Fashion House show that came out back in the 2000s that flopped. She was good in it. I thought the show was okay at best. I like the women in the show, though. Beautiful. And she didn't do Encanto. And I'm not the biggest Latina fan. I prefer black and Asian girls, but I still think some Latinas are attractive. Some. Due to graphic content, yeah, not limited to, yeah. Here we go. We're starting the first race of the movie. I'm not trying to be annoying. I was trying to tell you about thoughts on side. I don't know because I've never played Free Riders. I saw footage of it. That's it. $99? What is it? Netflix costs less than that. And this movie came out years before the Squid Game was on Netflix last year. That's an awesome name, Pachenko. It sounds like Plinko. Yeah, that is an awesome name. I'm shocked that hasn't been a character in a Marvel movie or a DC movie. Yeah, always buckle up. It's the law. Did you hear that Greta Gerwig's next movie that she's directing is a Barbie movie? Yeah, it is what it is. She is a woman. If you're going to do a Barbie movie, a woman director makes sense. I mean, you have to have the woman's perspective. I get that. I mean, a woman wrote E.T., and I love E.T. As long as it's not Kathleen Kennedy, keep her the hell away from me because I want to sucker punch her for what she did to Star Wars. She's produced some of my favorite movies, but there's a reason why her name doesn't come first. What do you think of this phase of the MCU? It's been hit or miss, not phase. It started with a whimper a little bit with Black Widow. It could have been better, but Shang-Chi was freaking awesome. Then Eternals sucked. Then Spider-Man elevated me all the way to the highest of highs. I'm still shaking from that. The movie's coming out on Blu-ray in the spring. I'm looking forward to buying it. I love the movie. Love it, love it, love it. There's Robin Shaw. Here we go, guys. Race time. 40 minutes into the movie. At least they didn't wait an hour and a half. That's what people wanted to see. That's why this movie is, got kind of a cult following, like the original. Asian girl. He's doing donuts. And stop shaking the camera in the movie. I want to see what's going on. Because shaking the camera just ruins a film's shot. Here we go. To the left. This movie has way more nuts than freaking the last 3 Fast and the Furious movies. Yeah. It really does, because it's R-rated. They don't have to cut away when someone gets hit by a car. They show you the aftermath. A lot of people say that No Way Home is better than the Endgame because it's a great movie, but it's not. It's not Endgame, mainly because Endgame had more of an atmosphere that something big is going to happen. Granted, and plus, trust the final battle in Endgame has not been topped yet. Not in Far From Home, or Eternals, or Black Widow, or any of those movies have even come close. No Way Home had the fan service. It was like it's the best Spider-Man sequel that we've ever seen since Spider-Man 2. They just say No Way Home's better because it has more action. Again, it's a sequel that came out after the last movie was a comedy, so it was not the same level. They had to put a lot of nostalgia for people to go to the theater, and it worked. I was there. I know. I was in the theater sitting next to some old guy that was mumbling to himself who should have not been in the theater. I hope when I see Doctor Strange, no one sits next to me because I don't need it. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, punching a black guy in a movie, yeah, that's not... Paul Thomas Anderson, we get it, okay? You can't do that now. If Tyrese punches a black guy in the face and it's not an action scene like in Fast and the Furious, the movie will get canceled. Honestly, because you can't do that. It'll tear you apart, yeah. And she is way more attractive than Michelle Rodriguez. Hey-oh! Yeah, way more attractive. She has beautiful hair, and she doesn't look pissed off. I don't know what the problem is with Michelle Rodriguez. Besides that, she's bisexual. It's just that she has that same smug look in everything. Avatar, Resident Evil, the Fast movies, freaking Girl Fight. Everything she's in, she looks pissed off and constipated. Statham, I buy him being pissed off. I mean, he's an angry Brit in a lot of things, but I heard that he's a nice guy in real life, so he must be if he's with a supermodel. I think Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, yeah. I'll sing this rice. Yeah, she does look like Gal. It's creepy how there's like 2 actresses that look like Gal. Her and Isa Gonzalez from Baby Driver and Bloodshot and all that. Yeah, she's more like a tan version of Gal. It's weird, like they have the same face. Like no, but Natalie Martinez is almost a spot on Her and Gal could play like sisters, and I would totally buy it because their faces are almost identical, and they're close in age too. You saw the skeleton, yeah. This is like if Mario Kart. Oh man, this is like if Mario Kart was really violent. This is why a lot of racing games are not violent. Oh, he gets crushed. Yeah. Yep. Michael Bay explosions, guys. Andrew Spider-Man is supposed to be in Venom 3. I know you hate the Venom movies. I can't sit through the second one. I just won't do it. It's a cartoon. Carnage bites his hand and becomes Carnage. Yeah, that doesn't happen in the comics. It's a symbiote that goes on him. He doesn't go, ah! And that's also in prison as well. But this is R. This is what Venom and Venom 2 should have been. R-rated. Not, I'm a cartoon or you're a pariah. No. Stop trying to sound like a preacher. Freaking, Tom Hardy. You're a cartoon. This movie is not a cartoon. There's some jokes that work and some that don't, but it is not a cartoon. Even the violence is like over the top and bloody. This is not a kid's movie. Yeah. And at least unlike Peacemaker, where some of the dialogue is forced, in this movie I get the F-bombs. It fits in there with their tension in the atmosphere. It's not, let's just say the F word just to strike a conversation. No, that's not how it works, James Gunn. That's not how people talk. Girls are not always angry. Like Jennifer Holland, in every episode of Peacemaker, she's angry. I'm like, I get it. She has a troubled past. You don't have to shove it in my face. Plus, she's beautiful. I don't know if he's speaking Chinese or Japanese. I have no idea because it's subtitled a little bit. What's your name? 14K. Yeah, this death I didn't see. I saw this in the trailer, but they show it here. It's like, I made it. Yeah. Nope. But there's a camera. Yeah, watch. Oh! And he got decapitated. That was crazy. And it's a practical effect, too. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, my God. Why wasn't a Resident Evil movie like this? I mean, granted, the first movie is R, but there's a lot of CGI in it. Here, you saw the body, just the head implode. I would love to see that in a Resident Evil movie instead of some of the films we got. It's like, you can't kill me. Wow. Yeah, when I first saw that, I was like, damn. Here she goes. See, she does something in this movie. She's not just the eye candy. Here we go. There we go. Fire in the hole. See, she contributed to the plot. Ooh, splattered. Yeah. Again, this is like Mario Kart, but if it was really violent, there's not a drop of blood in any Mario Kart game or any was it Cruising USA or any of those Need for Speed? Yeah, none of them have blood in it. Yeah, let me just do this. We're about an hour in, so yeah. The chubby guy has a stutter. Napalm. This guy's gonna blow up, man. Get on her lap. That's cute. He's holding her. Watch this. Yep, it's gonna crash. Terry Silver was a badass villain in Cobra Kai season 4. He wasn't a cartoon this time. Yep. Watch this. Boom. Engulfed in flames. Hmm. Awesome. That's great. The car flipping like that, I can actually see it. Congratulations, Paul W. Anderson. You blew up a car and it looked good. It didn't look that still looks good, even 14 years later. The car's flipping over. You can see it. See, I want to see the action. I don't want to see bad edits and jump cuts and freaking, oh, let's not show the blood because people are too sensitive. People watch Squid Game. That's a very violent show from what I've heard. That it's from South Korea and it's got more blood than a freaking R-rated slasher film. You think Halloween Kills is bloody? See an episode of Squid Game. Good God, there's so much blood. I saw clips on Netflix. I'm like, oh my God, this is so violent. I've seen some clips on YouTube and as well, and some people are covered in blood, and I'm like, it's insane what people will watch during a pandemic, man. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. It's just I want to enjoy myself. I've been crying throughout 2022 and 2021, so it's good to laugh every now and then. That was awesome. This action scene, see, it's not 2 minutes long either. Marvel, you can do long action sequences. You don't have to make them way too short. Not in No Way Home or Shang-Chi. Those had lengthy action scenes. I'm talking about like Black Widow. I'm going to fight my sister in the kitchen for a minute. Yeah, suck it. You are beautiful, Natalie. Beautiful. So they show her nice thin belly. I know. I know, guys. I know. I know the expressions on your face. They were in prison. They're working in a prison yard, and they look at a woman. They're like, "Grrr," they're like the mask. I get it. As a heterosexual man, because that's what I am. I don't say straight anymore. I say heterosexual. I get it. A woman just is the only thing in this world that I get off on. Yeah, I do. Why do you think I love No Way Home so much? Zendaya is adorable, and she's good in the movie. She could have been like reduced to like her screen time could have been reduced, but it wasn't. Hmm. That's not a good line. Just Statham in an R-rated movie that's not 2.5 hours like a Guy Ritchie movie or whatever. Because he did Wrath of Man. I'm like, nope. If Guy Ritchie did it, I want nothing to do with him. Because I saw The Gentleman is the only movies in 2000 in the 2020s I walked out of. Yeah, the only one, and I wanted to walk out of Eternals last year because I was so bored. Yeah, because again, if a movie bores me to death, I'm going to walk out. I'm not wasting my time this year. I have movies to watch at home that are way shorter than your freaking 2.5 hour exposition machine. Who's your daddy? It's like, I'm not racing. Go fuck yourself. See, he has a badass voice, man. Mm-hmm. Look at that little baby. That baby's got to be like a teenager now because this was in 2008. So she's probably 14 now or 15 because this movie was filmed in 2007 before the writer's strike. Yeah. Before that horrible writer's strike where bad movies were coming out and there was nothing good written. The TV shows were halted. You think the pandemic was bad, and it is. We're still getting content, guys. Movies are just getting pushed, but they still got made. But now, back in when the writer strike happened, we didn't have a lot of new content. So, and that's why movies like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen and Quantum of Solace were plagued with problems because there was a writer strike. No, this person's spam. I don't want any of these spam people to bother me. Either talk about the movie or something else. Accent. Mm-hmm. 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 It makes a lot of sense. See, the film is straightforward. It's not. It doesn't go into 30 minutes of exposition and time jumping and all that. I don't need that. I don't need that, guys. The Batman's going to be 3 hours. I don't need a movie to be that long. Action movies should not be that long. I saw the Snyder Cut and it was really good, but it didn't need to be 4 hours long. It could have been this long or 2 hours and 50 minutes, 15 minutes or something like that. Making it 3 hours just felt bloated, sir. Endgame never felt that way. I saw it through the whole 3 hours and 4 minutes in the theater and I never got bored. Never. Because the conversations mean something to me. When it's just, let's talk about the past, no, I don't want to hear it. Are you going to watch Licorice Pizza? Not right now. I'm going to wait. I've heard the subject matter is not for me. It has nothing to even do with pizza. Think about that. What is that? A blade? A razor blade? Because Licorice Pizza, I have nothing to do. I have no interest in it because it's a almost 30-year-old woman, you know, having a relationship with a teenage boy, and I'm like, that's kind of creepy. It's not whimsical. It's just kind of weird. At least Booksmart is not like that. Caitlin Deaver wasn't underage when she did that movie. Because the subject matter, if it's not for me, if it's got a tone that I'm not into, I'm not going to watch it in the theater. I'm not going to shave until a couple of days have passed because I don't want to have to shave 4 times, this week. I hope my facial hair grows so fast. Maybe you're right. Because now I'll get this out of the way because I saw the Death Race 2050 last year for you guys, so I want to do this one. Also, these movies don't need religious references. It's a movie about freaking people racing to the death and explosions and action and crazy one-liners. It doesn't need that. It's forced. It was forced in this movie and in the 2050 movie. You don't need it. I want to escape my reality when I'm watching. Here's another action scene. Why does he have 3 7s on his head? I don't get it. Here we go. He stabbed them with a pen. That's an interesting way of killing of stopping a guy. Ooh, see, this movie's brutal. People don't know how violent this movie really is. There's a piece of glass. Oh man, this movie's brutal. Yeah, again, James Gunn. You see this? This is how you do an action scene. You make it as brutal and over the top as violent. Not have CGI blood and a shark eating people where it doesn't look that violent. Plus, which film is sadder in your opinion, Lady and the Tramp or The Fox and the Hound? Fox and the Hound. Lady and the Tramp's not really that sad. It's not like the mom dies in there or something. It's pretty cute. The Fox and the Hound, yeah, the scene with the when she leaves the Todd in the woods and starts crying. I'm like, oh my god, Disney, why do you have to do that? Why are you always trying to get an emotion out of me? Luca made me cry like a little girl. I get it. Okay, you guys want to get an emotion out of me. Yeah, this scene is pretty brutal, man. Damn. This is like the movie Drive, where it has a lot of blood. Like it's way more violent than people saw. We're an hour in, so we're almost done with the film. We got about 45 minutes or so. This is dark. See, this is how you do dark and gritty the right way. Josh Trank. Taser. Yeah, taser. I've never been tasered, so I don't know what it feels like. Here comes Death Race round 2. 8:54 in the morning. Wow, who drives that early in the morning to not go to work? Not me. I walk. Walking is much better for the environment and better for my life because exercise will keep me alive. of Death Race. I give Being the Ricardos a B minus and Don't Look Up a C. What happened to Don't Look Up? I've heard it was divisive, but I'd rather see that than Licorice Pizza. At least Jennifer Lawrence is not dating a 13-year-old or something, or 15-year-old. You know, and it's good to see her again after a couple years of bad flops like Dark Phoenix and X-Men Apocalypse. And people are like, she's a terrible actress. Watch Winter's Bone. See how terrible she is in that, please. 50 million. That's almost as much people that subscribed to Disney Plus last year and in 2020. Oh, you're gonna get it, Binto. You're gonna get it. Again, another spam. Yo, she's the little. There we go. Got him rid of him. I'm only gonna let people in the chat that are friends. None of these idiots. Let's report this. Well, April showers may come your way. They bring up flowers that bloom in a May. Yeah, see, I'm not going to tolerate spam or trolls this time. Hennessy. She's named after, I think, a drink. I think that's a beer. There's Heineken, and I think there's also Hennessy. Yeah. Because I see movies to be entertained, guys. I don't want to be preached to. Don't preach or pander or beat me over the head with your agendas. I don't care. Just because I watch this doesn't mean I'm going to go out and drive a car, steal someone's car, and ride someone into a tree. No, because I'm not a psychopath. I have a lot of problems, but I'm not a psychopath. I won't spoil it, but I hate the ending of Don't Look Up. See it if you want to. Yeah, I'll probably see it in February. I got plenty of time. I just want my dad to renew Netflix so I can watch more. Which reminds me, let me see if my Netflix is still working. I'll be back. Let's see here. Is Netflix working? Hold on. I'm going to have to... I'm not going to stop here. I'm just going to inbox my sister and tell her that to update. We're almost done. It's just another race scene. You can still hear me, guys. Here's my friend Josh. Yep, I know. I hear that, Statham. Hold on, let me send my. There we go. I sent her a message. Yeah, I inboxed her. So, there's another car flipping over. Let's get back to the movie. Hey, Iron Lantern, you just made it to I guess, the second half of the film, pretty much. We're not in the third act yet, but we're getting there. I don't know what the unrated version is. It's just a little bit longer. I guess there's more blood. Because even the commentary is only for the unrated version, not the theatrical R-rated cut. Take that, you bento. Yes, a Confederate flag. Yeah, kill him. Oh yeah. Well, he didn't. He just knocked them out. Mm-hmm. Yep, broke his neck. Yep, like Superman. But here, it's justified. This guy tried to kill him in the last scene. In Man of Steel, it was just too much. He could have punched Zod out and arrested him, not break his neck. It was horrible. Wow, you're not gonna see that in a movie nowadays in 2022. Kicking another black guy out of the car, yeah. Again, with how racially sensitive people are now, yeah. Mm-mm. That would never happen. Whoa, look at this thing. That thing looks like a freaking Decepticon. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, no, this thing is like a war machine. Oh, I know what those are. There's a 50 caliber shotgun. Yeah, that was in Rambo. This came out the same year as Rambo 4. And that movie's insanely violent. Oh my god. That movie's like a snuff film for action junkies at the end, especially when Rambo's cutting guys' heads off and blowing them to literally freaking meat pizza. Yeah, it's insanely violent. That movie's almost exploitative how violent it is. Was all Carnage and Man of Steel forced? Yeah, it was because it's not sending a message. It's just trying to be dark and gritty, like Dark Knight and Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises, where everything sucks and everything has to be somber. They tried to Dark Knight Superman and it didn't work. Yeah, this is why I tell my parents not to rent movies anymore because you're wasting money on a movie you can buy physically or watch on streaming for free. I don't pay for anything except for the movies that I buy on DVD or Blu-ray or digital with the digital copies that come with it. I never pay for streaming services. Nope. I just use the ones that are for free, and my sister pays for two of them. So Disney Plus and HBO Max. So I'm lucky. I'm safe. Yep, there's the Asian girl. Ooh. Yes, even women get attacked in this movie, but not as much. It's not a sexist movie because the main villain is a woman. Robin Shaw, he's bald in this movie, yeah. None of his hair from Mortal Kombat there. That's not a coincidence that he's in this movie because he worked with Paul W. Anderson. That was in Chinese, I think, yeah. It must have been. By Robin Shaw. It was good to see his extended cameo because it's basically what it is. And this is before Asians were in everything now. And he's dead. It's not like Hans in Fast and the Furious where they kill him off. No, he's okay. He just got better in the next movie in Fast 9. They never explain anything. This movie actually has characters. It's not even if they're one note, they're characters. They have personalities. Statham is the pissed off, anti-hero that kills, and then the girl is, she's not as constipated as Michelle Rodriguez. That thing is scary. Yep, he's dead. This thing is a monster, man. There's good action, man. Really good. Oh man, that monster truck is dead now. It's not really a monster truck, but it looks like a giant oil tanker. Like, yep. Say goodbye to your toy. Yep, that was a really good scene. Yeah. Yes, it is. The prisoners are going fist bump. Frankenstein, 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 Frankenstein. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That weird accent. It's not a weird accent. It's an accent that I'm sick of, but not from Statham. I'm sick of it, and every movie has to be Harry Potter now, or Lord of the Rings, or Pirates of the Caribbean, where everybody has a distinct accent because of reason. Was Man of Steel made with the executive saying, "Let's give Superman his own Dark Knight trilogy"? Yeah, and it failed because there was no sequel. Batman v Superman is not a sequel. It's a crossover movie. It's not Man of Steel 2, Batman versus Superman. That's not what it was called. And it failed. That's why we're not going to see Cavill ever come back. Stay on The Witcher. We don't need you as Superman anymore. I have Shazam now. I'm fine. It's just a mess. Death Race Round 3, Stage 3, 11 o'clock in the morning. Was the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 Spider-Man trying to catch it on Daria? Yeah. And that's why the second movie they put color in it, because it was too much doom and gloom. I'm sick of that in my superhero movies. It's not working anymore. Shazam had dark moments where people die, but it didn't lose its tone. Here we go. No, this is a much better movie than some of the direct-to-video sequels. This had way more sequels and rebooted movies, because you had Death Race 2, which I think it's decent, but it's not as good as this one. Luke Goss is definitely no Jason Statham. And then you had Death Race 3 Inferno, and then you had Beyond Anarchy, which has a brand new actor as Frankenstein. This this came out a year before Fast and the Furious 4, which is the worst one that Paul Walker was in. Everything that came out after he died shouldn't even exist. I'm gone. Here we go to final installment of Death Race. And I know the word death is like, you can't say that on YouTube or whatever, but it's a movie, guys. Yeah, Pachenko got us all dead. Yeah, I know. We just saw it. They're all dead, like Jim Carrey said. I took my whole family out there. where they are now, they're all dead. That's so dark. On the living color, yeah. That's so funny, man, because it comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Plus, you can't show violence on YouTube. That's why I do live commentaries, so you guys don't see what's going on. Because some YouTube YouTube won't even have a lot of they won't even show you showing a car crushing somebody. So imagine in this movie where cars literally rip people to shreds. Yeah, that's why I keep the screen away. Hello, cutie. Do you know that there's a Lego Aquaman movie? Yeah, I saw it already. Uh it was from a couple years ago. I liked it. It was cute. I haven't seen it for a while. I got to see it on HBO Max. That I don't have to worry about getting updated because my sister pays for it with her card. I got Peacock and Tubi, which are free, so they're never going anywhere. I have them for a while. Drop the bombshell. Get up, get up. Next week, I want to do a lot of films. I'm going to do the Blade sequels and Battleship and a bunch of other films too, and Evolution because I haven't seen that movie in a couple years. Yep, that's the idea. Yeah, the love. Would you like to do a live commentary on the Lego Aquaman movie? Yeah, if I can buy it on DVD or if I could watch it on HBO Max alone, I will. I usually do movies that I own so that I don't have to look for it, you know? Drive for your freedom, sir. You saw? Yeah, they're trying to cheat, but we know who's going to win. Is this movie R rated? Yes, very R rated. This movie is not a kid's movie. It's so violent and over the top and crazy bloody that it would be banned in certain countries just for how violent it is. But I'm like, I knew what I was getting into. The original Death Race wasn't a kids movie either. It was a PG because it wasn't that violent compared to this one. This one, I don't have the original, but I've seen it. I saw it online a couple years ago. Or actually, no, I think I know. I saw the. I rented it at the library. I saw it. Yeah, there's pedestrians. It's not like there's pedestrians in this movie. Like in Fast Nine, they're driving through major cities, and people like should be ripped to shreds with how fast they're going. Is this if this were a pussified PG-13, would it be as mad as it was at Venom? Yeah, because then you would take you would take its teeth out of its mouth, and that's not the kind of movie that this wants to be. There's plenty of PG-13 action movies. You have Fast and the Furious, you have Mission Impossible, you have the MCU, you got the DCU. You don't need everything to be for kids or teenagers. You can make it be for adults. And you missed. Here we go. Power up. This is interesting. Is Let There Be Carnage also a pussified? Yeah, because it should be more like this. See this movie and see if Carnage really would have been Carnage if he had killed people in prison the way they do in this movie. That's a good line. There's some one-liners, but again, it's a PG-13. It's an R-rated action movie, guys. A lot of them had it. Die Hard had it. Impressive. We're almost done. Yep. Yep. They're all watching. Now the cops are chasing them. Yeah, it was an escape plan, like the movie The Great Escape or Escape Plan. Yeah. Yeah, she has a great smile. See, people have cumin in this movie. Yep, she gets exactly what she deserves. Jensen Ames. Yeah, that's his real name. Ames was the name of a store back in the '90s that I went to. I got one of my Star Wars toys there. There's the prison. They're gonna escape. It's entertaining. This movie's not doesn't feel long at all compared to other movies I saw last year. Boom, baby. Yep, he shot the other black guy that was just there for like a cameo. There we go. Third act time. What movie is worse, Venom or Eternals? Eternals because it's longer. Venom was just nauseating and just lame. But at least I got one laugh. Eternals is overlong and boring. And I saw that in the theater. It's Venom I saw on cable years ago. Kaplooey. They got the wrong Frankenstein. Wait till they take the mask off and it's not him. Yeah, it's nice and warm there. I know. People, it's a bomb. Nope. Yep. Kablooey. Yes, sir. Yep. Take that, you SJW. I had to say it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a cool scene for Ian McShane. And is that the movie or no? 6 months later. Okay, so it's the new year, and 2,000 miles later. That was awesome. She got exactly what she deserved: a bomb. Santa Rosalie, Mexico, or Rosalia. Tyrese is more like an anti-hero than a villain. There's another car. Does the main character teams up with a lady? Yeah, they're in most of the film together. And she at least she contributes to the plot instead of just being there, just to be there. Oh yeah, there she is. I know she's sexy. You don't have to tell me that soundtrack. Hmm. Hmm. I would run my fingers right through her hair and just motorboat her. You're so much more attractive. How was she not in a Fast and the Furious movie? Because they're like British chicks and Hispanic women that look constipated. That's just me, guys. And she has hair. This feels like the ending of a Fast and the Furious movie, just more ballsy. Like I said, it's R rated. Yep, that's all that matters. And now the movie ends. And that was Death Race 2008, guys. The motor vehicles depicted in this film are dangerous. All stunts were performed in controlled environments or professional trained. What's her name? Natalie Martinez. Look her up. She's a beautiful girl that deserves more work. Hashtag get her more work. Uh, all the stunts were performed in controlled environments with professionally trained stunt crews on closed roads. No attempt should be made to duplicate any action, driving, or car play scenes herein portrayed. Of course not. You think I would try to do something like this? I would get arrested even if I did live. I mean, that's what Jackass is for. They do the crazy stunts. So that was Death Race 2008, guys. I would recommend it. If you've never seen it, stream this or buy the DVD or Blu-ray. They have it. It's available online. So thanks for watching. Thanks for you guys joining me in the chat. And I will see you in the next live stream will be in February. So I'll keep her doing reviews to keep you guys busy. So thanks for watching. See you later. End.